Right. This is session 30 of our Q1 quarterly of the Ultraviolet Grasslands. We've got the whole gang today. So let's see what happened last week. We didn't have Fader last week, but we did get a new member, our skeleton necromancer. And let's see, we finished off the winter in the last Sarai, met an unholy summoner who was after this skelly guy. But they just traded some bone carving for a spell, and everything all worked out. A little bit of training happened. Everyone met up, and then yeah. Then we did a fast travel back to the Behemoth of the Shell. Had a lot of misfortune on the way. Skelly got blinded, lost a whole bunch of supplies, but eventually made it to the Restful Pines outpost, which is now complete, and stuff is being trained, and now we have Vader back. So, wishes last time, steps towards resolving Aderon stuff, look at how to work the friends and skills stuff a little bit better. We want to see more about Skelly, find out more about the crystal fungus in Aldenegra's brain, and just see where things go in general. So we are in Green Month 4 at the Behemoth Shell, at the more precisely at the Restful Pines Triumph Ventures outpost.
And Phaedra, just to let you know, we had tentatively decided that now we must do the final quest towards the Black City, or at least in that direction, because we have several reasons to go that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you've been waiting on that.
I've been wanting to, but I've been wanting to head toward the Black City, but it just keeps getting obviated by events.
Yeah.
I was thinking about today. I was thinking about the slowness of XP as in the last few whiles or so, and realizing that we've been going back and forth between the same locations, and one of the main ways to get XP is to discover new locations.
Right.
So, also another good prompt for traveling.
The thing about discovering new locations, though, is that invariably when we discover new locations, we increase the complexity of our desire map.
Yep, want to dig in.
So,
Well, the other way to get XP is to carouse,
Yes,
which
that was like
we've
also
been
good.
we've been like not we've been a little low on money because that costs coin.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
exactly, and it's also to me that's not I did it once. I'm like, it's not a super compelling way to get XP in my
Well,
for me personally. I'm like, hey,
unless
pay a
you're
bunch of money and you might get a bunch of XP.
yeah.
right, unless you're Newt, in which case it's hyper effective.
Party. Yeah, party so hard they put your bones in the shell.
Yep.
Yeah.
They also gain like 2 levels or something in one party, which is like, what?
Exploding dice. Great. So spring has sprung. Everyone is all rested up and happy. And yeah, the grasslands are yours to do with what you will.
All right. Well, let me take a look at our. Let me just take a look and see where we are with our. Let me take a look and see where we are with our caravan. We'll want to. We'll probably have. And how are we with cash? Not great.
Yeah, cash
No.
not so good right now.
And we have
And we have a
zero
lot of debt.
zero supplies because we literally used up an exact amount of supplies last session while you weren't here.
Right.
Okay. So we've got no supplies.
Nope. We ate them all up.
Well, that's what you do with supplies.
Exactly.
You.
When we came back, like we bought a little bit extra, and because as usual, we needed them for some reason. Oh yeah, because we ended up having a misfortune roll where like 3 sacks rotted or
Yeah,
something.
twice.
Well, good thing we got those extras.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
talking exactly the right amount.
Oh, right. I forgot we had that necro wagon that we got from the necromancers.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Awesome.
That
So
was an
I'm thinking,
interesting thing for my character, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it. So we do have a fair amount of capacity here. So I guess we need, I guess first things first, we should probably take a look at the map and figure out where we're going and what our routes going to be, and then buy enough supplies
Well,
to
one
take us there.
possibility for an idea I had was where was the nearest I can't remember, Mark, where was the nearest satrap embassy or whatever?
So I mean, there's the embassy back at the Sarai, but there's also the there's kind of as we go west from here, there will be a lot more satrap activity, but the main place is the Spectrum Palace, which is about like a
Let's
about
see,
2 months out.
because we're at Behemoth Shell, correct?
Yeah.
So let's see, so it's 2 weeks to moon facing forward. Be another 2 weeks to near moon.
Mhm.
It would be 1 week to spectrum run and 1 week to refracting trees. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, or
It is straight to Spectrum Palace.
yeah. So that's like 2, 4, 5. So it'd be 6 if we go that way, or from moon facing forward, we could go to Glass Bridge for another 2 weeks, then to Gallgrass for a week, and then to refracting trees to Spectrum Palace, which should be 2, 4,
5 weeks.
5, 6. Yeah, that'd be seven
Well, and we
weeks.
don't have to. That was kind of the backup plan. Cause the other thing I had started doing some biomedical tinkering to see if I could figure out how to put Aderon into at least our temporary body.
Oh, right.
But the other thing I was thinking about maybe doing with the Spectrum Palace was basically petitioning the satrap embassy with the argument that, look, we don't know how the Aderon thing happened. We know he's a copy of Pocket 231 or whatever. That's almost moot. Doesn't it happen somehow? We don't know. We don't know how. But my argument is that at this point in time, Aderon and the original Pocket 231 have had completely different life paths, completely different experiences, effectively making them two completely different beings. And Aderon is no longer a copy of Pocket 231 and therefore should be reinstated.
A solid argument.
It is.
Also, a reminder of a thing of a note at the Gallgrass. That was the last location of the astral lizard that stole the rebuilder's body.
Mm.
Oh, and there's another thing at the Gallgrass that is a long-term quest that I've been somewhat interested in. That is the spell where that is a place where we can find the Prelipicarian metonymic poetry spell,
right.
which we need if we go all the way back to the Chromium Dome. Which if we go all the way back to the Chromium Dome, that could we could that is the spell we need to open up the Chromium Dome and find the magical music that is stored therein.
Mm-hmm.
Mark,
Granted,
do you? Oh, sorry.
that would be something we want to do on the way back.
Do you remember? I was just looking at my character sheet, and I see that I still have 2 out of 3 for the Seal of Hashun.
Mm-hmm. I thought you finished that one off, didn't you?
I can't remember. The other thing I was thinking is on my sheet, it looks like I have Biomecho Tinkerer now, and I was trying to remember, did I roll really well and finish that?
Let's take a look at
Because that looks finished. And I thought I just started that one. But I can't remember how it all went.
That's a great question.
But according to this, I'm 1 away from Seal of Hashun, and I'm done with Biomech Tinkerer.
Did you? So there's a roll that you made that. Well, no, that's just a total 19. Okay.
I mean, you haven't chosen like your skill level at it. So I wonder if you had even indicated progress on it at all.
Good point.
Yeah, I can't. The version history doesn't really tell me anything.
No.
Either, so, I trust your
right.
judgment.
Well,
What are you gonna do? I thought you got the last level of Seal of Hashun because someone told you that it was the unlock lock spell.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely had. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll bet I meant to put the 2 out of 3 on Biomech Tinker
Ah, there
and
you
put
go.
it in the wrong cell. That's
Right.
got to be what happened.
That makes sense.
Right.
That now all sounds in line with reality. Because yeah, you're right. I was definitely done with Seal of Hashun for sure.
Let's see. That's on there. Oh, I have
Oh, interesting. Seal
one
of
thing for
Interesting. Your seal of I think your seal of Hashun spell is identical to my let the door open itself spell.
it is.
We can open and lock stuff all day long.
All day long. Uh, Phaedrid, what are you hanging out at the Restful Pines outpost or the Behemoth Shell, do you think?
I would probably be at the outpost.
Okay, great.
I would probably be at the outpost. Because it's ours. I mean, he might have gone back and forth a couple of times, but the Behemoth Shell, it's been winter, travel is bad.
Yeah.
Even if it's only a couple of days. I think I'd mostly be at the outpost.
Cool. Let's do it. Travel math. Let's see. Okay, great. Cool.
So let's see. So we should. So I was looking at the map when we were realizing what. So my suggestion would be to after we go to moon facing forward, I think we should head to Glass Bridge, then to Gullgrass because we've got a couple of quest objectives there. Which is slightly longer to Spectrum Palace, but it would conceivably let us check off a few things.
Yeah. Also, are we remembering that we have a moon witch who might want to visit home?
Also true.
That's true. The Moon Mountain Witch. Yeah.
I mean, once from Spectrum Palace, we could backtrack a little and go back to Near Moon, rather than because those are new places. Even if even if it's a couple of weeks in the wrong direction. I, the player, also know that Near Moon is the Ultraviolet Grasslands mega dungeon.
Yes. Oh, the Moon Mountains are actually to the northeast. So they're on the
okay.
Left side of the map. That's different than the Near Moon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's where she is from.
I'm sure she's fine. None of us ever want to go back home.
Yeah.
We're out here traveling in a caravan for a reason. Adventure, new places.
So either way, it looks like we might be going to the moon-facing fjord there. The ford.
Yep. Moon-facing fjord.
Fjord. That's a different
Pine in for the fjord.
Looks like we're going to cross Moon River. Hopefully it's not wider than a mile.
Places it is. Great. Do you want to, before we get on the road, do you want to get supplies?
We're definitely going to need to buy some supplies. So let's see.
No, we don't need those.
I mean, there's always foraging.
Well, and we probably need to do a recount and figure out how many people are actually coming in on this caravan.
Yes.
Because at least 2 or 3 members of the potential caravan, don't eat food. That'd be Triskele and, of course, Aderon.
Triskele does eat, right?
Oh, no. Remember? Because
For now.
For now.
No.
That's right.
I haven't finished Powered by the Sun yet.
Oh, you haven't finished it. Okay.
Rank in it.
Gotcha.
Working on not eating, but
Gotcha.
Working on it. Yeah.
It's
Just gotta choose stuff that then falls on the
So if if that is a yes, just looking at our supply for week here. So we got Phaedrid, Modan.
I got my
Skilly.
posse of a animal handler and a Moon Mountain Witch.
Yep.
Right.
We got the animal handler, got the Moon Mountain Rich. Are we going to bring Centena, our second level adventurer? And do we want to bring remind me who is Dolce? I don't remember. I,
It's
the
the
player,
young
don't
man.
remember.
He's our little himbo prince
Yeah.
who wants to be a mercenary.
He's a hero in training.
Okay.
But hmm,
And I assume Otokar is going to come with us
Yes.
because
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
More Autocar.
So if we bring all of these, that
But
is the
Autocar forages as well, remember.
Otokar forages, yeah.
Yeah.
So with this number, our total supply per week would be 7. If we chose someone to remain behind, that would be 6, and a like one wagon holds six
right.
sacks. So that would just mean, basically we would need 1 cart's worth of supplies for every week of the journey if we were to leave somebody to man the fort.
Yeah. So I would like Mark, I'd like you to make a morale roll for Dolce to see if Dolce is had enough adventuring life or if they want to continue on.
Oh no, he is still very interested in continuing on.
Okay.
Here as always.
Let's see.
Oh, and I also noticed that Alba Negra is not currently on the caravan list. Is she coming with us?
Well, she sort of needs to.
Okay.
Hmm. I
Well,
wonder.
let's bring Alba Negra, and we'll just that means we've got 8 supply. We're just going to burn through 8 supplies a week. So yeah.
Okay. It's tough because you don't know what sort of encounters you might have.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, she would prefer to stay at the Restful Pines, but she's got a she's got a discussion to have with satraps.
That's right.
Alrighty. So we've got 8. We need 8 supplies per week. So let's see here. Looking at that, it's 10. It's 10 cash per sack for supplies. Okay, so to
And
get
you
to
know
the
what? I
moon.
think since you have the trading post here, I think supplies are free for you guys here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That does make sense. 2, 4.
Good.
So 4 times 8 is 32. Divide by. So we got 4. Yeah, let's load up with 4 weeks of supplies for everybody. So that's going to be 32 sacks. 12.
Why, and if we don't have a lot of trade goods right at the moment, we might just go ahead and load up with more supplies.
I will note that I have on my map at least some market research indicated that rainbow silks are available at the moon facing Ford for 250 and sell
Ooh.
at the Serpent Stone for 1500.
Hmm.
But that was a little while ago.
Yeah. Whole season ago, fashion has changed drastically.
True, that's true.
Except in those conservative places.
The Citadel, yeah.
And if supplies are free, let's just load up.
Yeah.
12, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I've got 36 weeks of supplies.
Oh,
I'm sorry, 36 sacks of supplies, which if there are 8 in the party, that is a little more than 4 weeks worth of travel without having to resupply.
a little more than 4 weeks?
Yep.
Interesting.
because we've got 8 people in the caravan now that require supplies.
Yeah.
So it's got costs 8 sacks per week. So 8 times 4 is 32, which means we've got a little extra.
Mhm.
Which also means we've got 12 sacks. We've got 15 sacks capacity of trade goods if we want to get more.
Right.
Oh, and also we are traveling slow because of our necro wagon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We should
extra
see
day.
if we can find some way to upgrade that.
Ooh.
We
Could
I'm
can.
I
sure there is.
potentially figure out some way to upgrade that?
There there are caravan modifiers that allow you to like do things like boost performance of your things.
Triskelly is very familiar with working with bones.
Theoretical necromancer.
Well,
Just remind them.
You
put a
work the ivory tower.
Put a fire under that necro wagon's ass to quit being so slow.
see what we can find for you here. Vehicles.
Some younger, more energetic souls powering that thing. I don't know how they work.
That's a little disturbing concept, though.
Wow.
Actually, what we just need to do is we just need to find a Cobb battery booster so we can overclock the necrobones and give them more soul resonance.
I like it. That works with my biomechanical new tinkering interest.
And then all we have to do is fill up the battery with a bunch of Cobb.
Everywhere.
Any volunteers?
Okay. Let me take a look at market research.
What does the slow do again? I can't remember, like mechanically.
I think it add, if I remember correctly, slow adds 1 day per week.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Travel.
Per kind of slow, and we only have one kind of slow.
Yeah, if something is very slow, it adds 2 days. It adds 2 days per week. So a week's worth of travel, takes 9 days instead of 7.
Yeah. And Trice Kelly may actually have a pretty good chance of doing research if Mark can figure out what the options are.
Also, the great folk are fantastic bone workers as well. They could hollow out the bones somewhat for what's the capacity out of this? Is it 12?
It is 12, yes.
For 600. I think that's going to be at the expense of 1 sack of capacity.
So it would eliminate the slow and make it 11 capacity instead of 12.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a decent trade-off, doesn't it?
It does, but I would like to give Trice Kelly a chance to do something creative before we just.
Okay, so this is where my learning curve with this game comes in. How does that work?
That's a damn fine question.
So you are skilled at necromancy. Do you feel like that is going to help you mess with a bone golem?
100%.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, the word. I mean, it is the name of the thing is necro wagon. So
Right, but Trice Kelly's also skilled with bone carving, and that is something that is not.
I am also skilled with it.
That's a bone engraving. That's
engraving.
Putting spells on bones. But yeah, I think that the Golden Desert Necromancer will definitely help you out. If you want to give it a shot, we can spend a little bit of time doing that. It'll be a roll plus thought, which is 1, and then your skill gives you a +3.
So D20 plus 4.
Yeah, D20 plus 4.
Is there any way anybody else can contribute? I'm just asking ahead of time.
I am an expert wizard.
Ooh. I don't think the wizard is going to help. I think this is more mechanical.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember to add yourselves some hero dice if you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I have 1.
Great. Yeah. So you can have hero dice up to your level. So
So,
right
yeah.
now,
Gotcha.
just one,
Okay.
but
All right. And the hero dice adds just you can roll a d6 to add.
you can add
Yeah.
or subtract if you want to, depending on.
Or
Right.
We've had
And you
it.
can do it after the fact.
You can do it after the fact.
And the
Okay.
other thing is, like, a lot of times, like, we all have hero dice, so it doesn't, and we tend to throw them around at each other as well. It doesn't have to be just for you. So,
Yeah.
like,
As long as you can.
even though you only have one, like,
Really
if you're doing something, we might be able to, like, oh, throw some of our dice at it too.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
Alright.
would like Albanegra would like to do something before Triskelly acts.
okay.
All right.
Albanegra is going to try and boost Triskelly.
Ooh, tell me more.
So while she's never worked on a skeleton before, Triskelly's still got a Ba and conceivably a Ka. And so she is going to work on a perfume to put on Triskelly, or an ointment or an oil. She's going to work on an ointment or oil that allows him to enter a perfect mind palace before he does the work.
Hmm.
So that he is at the best, he, she, they, they are at the best.
It's
Yeah.
That's right, it is it. So that
Yeah.
it is at the best, basically giving clarity of purpose and improving their sort of mental state.
Sure. Yeah, we can give that a shot.
Okay,
All
so
right.
let me try that.
So that's gonna be a thought roll for sure. Working on that.
Okay.
And you're using your botanist for that.
Yeah.
Great. So that'll be a roll +4, and I think we're looking for a 13.
And I'm trying to think if my. Hold on a second.
How does a perfume work on a skeleton that has no nose?
Well, it's that's
Magical
why I switched
perfume.
that's why I switched to an oil.
Yeah.
Oh, an oil.
Yeah,
no way.
it's topical rather than olfactory.
Makes
Yeah, I was like, oh,
rather than olfactory.
the
That's
bones
not
nice and
working.
glistening.
Yep. Okay.
Glistening
Anything
bones.
else I can add? No. Oh, that's right. I've got. Huh. I want to try something before I do this very briefly. I want to try this diagnostic wand that I picked up from Newt,
Mhm.
just to get a sense of Triskelly. Just
Oh.
curious.
Yeah, so that lets you figure out something's intentions.
Yeah.
So I think you can just ask Skelly.
I'm talking about the subtle intentions.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll make my roll. Let's see. D20 +4. Okay, so that's an 18.
18, yeah.
Nice.
What does the ointment smell like?
For the rest of us, the ointment smells very bad.
Mhm.
It makes sense for a necromancer, maybe like slightly like rotting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a heavy, musky undersmell and just a hint of necrotic flesh.
Great.
Is it made from like
Ooh,
one of
does
those plants that smells like rotting flesh to attract
Oh, yeah.
insects to it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Ode to
corpse
zombie.
flower or whatever.
Oh, it is on the, yeah.
Or just
Only 6 more years till it blooms. Cool. So yeah, let's make that roll with another +1 then.
okay. So I think Skelly will like put the oil all over its skull and be like, "Oh boy, I feel like one of them ancient wrestler types." So then I got a +6 to my
Thinking
roll.
so clearly.
So that will be what, a 13?
That'll be a 13.
What were you shooting for?
15.
All right, let's add a hero die.
Let's add a hero die.
Smoke them if you got them. That's my theory. Always.
Oh no. Okay.
Would anyone else like to help with another
14.
hero die?
Okay. Can
I
anybody-
feel like I could help since I've been like studying biomech tinkering and I'm not skilled yet, but I'm like, ooh, this is a chance for me to kind of like, wait, but okay, wait, you're the bio, and like, but then there's like, okay, there's the necromancy is like it's kind of both bio and mechanical, and so I'm kind of like, I'm like your little apprentice, sort of trying to watch what you do and learn more about how biomechanical tinkering works together. Let me take one of my hero dice out of there. There's a 3.
All
I
right.
get a save.
So 16, I think that makes
All
sense.
right. I think I'm
Oh,
like,
no,
hey, wait,
17.
what if you like, there's a little like chip out of that bone, and maybe if you like fill that in,
Cool.
roll smoother.
Yeah, so with a little bit of elbow grease, what's the elbow bone? Elbow bone grease, and a little bit of time, we have carved out the bones of the necro wagon, giving it a boost of speed, and a little bit of extra defense, it says, at the cost of 1 sack.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
good deal.
Well, you know what they say, every nearly failed experiment is still a success.
Sure.
Go science.
So it's so the wagon is no longer slow.
The wagon is no longer slow. It's light as a
Nice.
feather.
I have a question now.
There's bird bones.
Because of how Triskele did this versus how the Great Folk would have done it, is it possible for a wizard to now lay a spell on the Necro Wagon?
Ooh, I mean, Skelly could definitely carve a spell into the necro wagon, I bet, right? Because you got the bone engraving.
And our necro wagon capacity is now 11, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And you said it's got a higher defense, but that's not something on our
Yeah,
sheet.
that's not really something we track there. I'll keep that in mind if it ever comes up, though.
And it does. I'm sorry, it does drop by 1 capacity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does Triskele have any spells that they can put in the Necro Wagon?
Well, I don't know if I have 2 spells, and I don't know if either of them would be beneficial.
I can lock or unlock the wagon, as can Phaedron.
I got one that can obscure things,
Ooh.
and I got one that can make people lose memories.
Yeah, that's a dangerous one. But the obscure thing could be useful.
Yeah, that might be a cloak.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely do
That'd be
that.
good.
because it is.
We don't have a necro wagon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that might not be a bad idea because this thing is scary as fuck.
True. That's true.
And also, if we ever meet any raiders, we can have the good stuff in there, and they won't. That wagon won't exist.
Yeah. I'll give you a roll to carve that into the wagon if you want.
Sure, okay.
Sure.
We're putting Skelly to work right away.
Yeah.
We're like, "What? Welcome to the
Right
caravan. Get to work."
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a 15 again. But we're using your bones engraved skill, and
All right.
it's a +4 again.
Would are you only allowed to use 1 skill at a time?
Yeah.
Well,
Just pick
okay.
the best skill.
Bones engraved it is. +3.
That will not do it.
Nope.
Um,
I think I'll just like carve like something and be like, I'm not entirely too sure what this is.
yeah, I think
It looks a little phallic in my view.
Just draw a dick on the wagon.
Yeah, and maybe it only works on bones with a personality instead of just a driver. Like you have to have that mental capacity to have it take, which the wagon does not have. Phaedron, were you getting any trade goods before?
Yes, I was looking to see if there's anything that would be. I'm looking at the market research tab to see if there's anything that would be helpful here. We don't have tons of cash, but buying something that was, like buying 11 sacks of something that would be, relatively inexpensive that we could hopefully flip for some cash some profit would be good.
Rolling up a random batch of goods. I think there's like snake oil and like signal flares. There's not a lot of I think most of the expensive stuff has gone off with the other caravans at this point. So if you want to get I think you could also get just generic trade goods for 50 a sack, give or take.
Okay. let's let's just do that.
I have a question. Do any of the rodent people have any um, uh, production skills that they would like to share with the outside world?
The ones that you have met don't. The
Okay.
the asshole hamsters probably do,
Yeah,
but
of course.
it might take some convincing.
That's gerbils, by the way.
The gerbils, yeah, that's right. The
Yes.
hamsters,
Angry hamsters,
We
asshole
got
gerbils.
we got the
hamsters.
cool mole rats, the
Yeah.
asshole
Mole rat.
gerbils, and the cannibal hamsters.
and the
Hamsters.
fancy
And the fancy mice.
the-
or
And the
rats.
fancy.
with the medieval times in the back.
Right.
We figured out the secret. UVG is adjective/rodent. Whatever. I see the matrix code.
Great. So it sounds like we're loaded up. Anything else we want to do before heading out?
Did we take any time to train, or is this all just getting ready?
This is all just getting ready.
Okay.
Cool. Well, let's hit the road then. So we're gonna head west from Behemoth Shell to Moon Facing Ford. That is
Yep.
a 2-week journey. And Phaedra, since you're back, why don't you make our first misfortune?
Congratulations.
Spend
Now remember-
supplies first, then roll misfortune.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Spend supplies, then roll misfortune.
Okay, are we doing this 1 week at a time, or is this just like a
Yeah.
2-week trip, or
1 week at a time.
1 week at a time? Okay, so first of all, let's spend 8 sacks of supplies.
Nom 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 nom.
So many supplies.
Delicious.
And I think we're taking off in red month, so there's no bad modifier for the weather anymore. It is easy traveling right now.
One of the things you discover on the trip is that Alba Negra has a secret supply of spices that she doesn't share.
Okay, I've taken care of supplies.
I can
and-
also, by the way, I mean, my beetle horse, took a special trait so that beetle horse can forage, give me a forage advantage roll
Yes,
Oh, that's true.
if we want to save more supplies for any reason.
that's true.
That is true. Okay, and it's been a while, so it's
Yeah,
just is it a flat D20 or am I
Flat
adding
D20.
anything to the flat D20? Okay, misfortune. I got a 10. Rolled it right down the middle.
Nice.
It's a very middling misfortune.
Yeah, so let's see. We are getting a little bit wet. So as we are traveling towards the moon facing forward, we are getting back into the out of the hilly pine areas and into the more flat, endless steppes. Even north and south, where you're used to seeing like mountains and stuff in the distance, it is pretty flat. It is dark later on. The stars, slow and fast, still shine in the sky until about 11:30 a.m. When the purple fog starts rolling back, and it is spring. It is still chilly, and it is still pretty wet. We have rainstorms fairly often now here. Lightning, flash floods, all that stuff. And in one of the sudden downpours, Phaedrid's leggings, beddings, and underwear gets wet. We can spend a day drying out, or lose a charisma until we can spend drying out.
I would prefer to
Or
spend a day drying things. I would prefer to spend a day drying things out.
Yeah. Let's do that.
You're smelly.
It says, spend a day drying out or look a bit silly in your dripping gear.
I would like to spend some time drying things out.
Yeah, that's fair. Probably not the only thing. Great. That is misfortune. Let me get you an encounter. No my. Let's see. We have.
Does that mean Phaedra's just naked while all his stuff's dry?
Kind of chilling in the wagon.
I'm sure Phaedra has more than one fine business.
Oh my.
Yeah, like Phaedron's usually pretty well dressed, but while his good stuff is drying, he's wearing he's wearing like the equivalent of like, I don't know, sweatpants and like my friend, my friends went to um um my friends went my friends went to Postured Crater, and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
It's your laundry day get up.
Remember, that's the beach. Or actually, maybe that wasn't the beach. The beach was elsewhere.
Great. Can you not a marching order necessarily, but kind of like who's up front, who's kind of trailing behind, what's in the middle as you're traveling?
I think I'm usually traveling towards the front because I have my whole pleasant, friendly thing, so I'm like a good
Yeah, I was
face
gonna
for
say.
people to first encounter.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Modan's pretty often the face of the party.
Great. Um,
Yeah, Alba Negra actually tends to wander around looking for plant samples.
mhm.
She's not necessarily right with the caravan, although she keeps up with it.
Can I get then a what would we have here? Let me get a thought roll, just a straight up D20 plus thought. And yeah, I think just that
From me?
from Alda Negra.
Oh, from okay.
Okay. Thoughts. So D20 plus 1. 15.
So as Alda Negra is keeping an eye out for forage and plants and whatnot, um, in the kind of tall grass of the steps, you see a pair of eyes low down, and then another, and then another. And before you know it, there are half a dozen like large weasels kind of eyeing you.
More adjective rodents.
And I think as you know how like sometimes when you like you're looking at the ground and like you're like, oh, an ant. Oh no, there's ants everywhere. Like when you
Yeah.
notice one, you notice them all. That's kind of
Yep.
what's happening to Aldernagor. Like you're like, oh, there's a weasel. There's a weasel. Oh no. um, and I don't think anyone else notices yet, but Aldernegra is looking in the right places, and there are dozens of these like
Right.
long weasels kind
So
of stalking the edge of the caravan.
she'll do two things. The first thing is she will casually call out to the caravan, "Hey, I found some giant weasels that are about to eat us." But the other thing that she's going to do is she's going to pop open what's left of the necro oil that
Mhm,
she made for Triskele, and she's just going to put some on her.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think they are just keeping an eye on you, but you see that they are kind of like skulking up to the wagons that are more in the rear, I think, of the caravan. Like they are, I think it's pretty clear that they're not looking for a meal, but they are looking to take whatever they can and run.
Right.
Got it.
Maybe
Well, we'll go on.
maybe somebody fire off a rifle or something, just a warning
Since the
shot.
warning was shouted, why don't y'all do something before that happens?
Yeah, I think I will try to make a whole lot of noise and scare. I mean, these just look like weasels.
Yeah, they're like 4 foot long weasels, but they're weasels.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like my radiation gun is probably overkill.
Doesn't-
I do have a 6-shooter. I could just shoot in the air and maybe scare them
True.
off.
Oh, Autocar's got his roar.
He does.
Oh yeah.
Great. We are heading towards. Yeah, I think so.
Weasels probably don't like bears.
We probably don't like bears. Adhikar is
Bravo.
terrifying. That's right. Yeah, let me get a D20 roll plus 3 from whoever wants to be responsible for Adhikar.
I'll do it since I said it. D20 plus 3, you said?
Yeah, for his terrifying.
It's 17.
That will do it. Great. I think they get within a leap of the rear caravans, clearly snuffling for food. Audekar turns around like he's a large bear, lets loose that roar, and they don't necessarily scatter, but they do like hang back. And I think they do trail you for a long time, and you definitely need to like keep an eye out. Um, every once in a while, Audekar roars again. But uh, can you roll another D20 for me?
Sure. 2.
Okay, that's fine. Audekar seems a little worn out, I think, after the repeated bellows.
You did a good job. Good job, Otto.
And I think after a few hours, they kind of like they're like, okay, this isn't easy pickings anymore. We're out.
Audekar a little horse. No, I'm a big bear.
Fantastic. So we have some time to rest here if anyone needs to. You can do some camp actions if you want to do that. So you can we're counting extra days.
You did get an extra day to dry out Phaedron's underwear.
Yep, that's it.
Do you want to try to? Can we try to make a discovery? Or are we still kind of in Behemoth Shell territory?
We're about halfway between that. Once you get to the ford, you can.
Okay.
There's definitely plenty to discover around there.
Excellent.
Cool. So we are back at the top of the list. Let's spend supplies again. And who would like to roll misfortune?
So we can only do research or training when we're at a base. I don't remember.
Yeah, at a destination.
Destination.
Camp actions are. Oh no, that's not true. You can totally study at camp. I'm sorry. That's right.
Okay, well, Albaniger will do a study roll for botany because she's working on her botany.
Yeah, you're in a new territory, so you can definitely do that.
Okay, so that's plus thought. So
I thought wasn't that I thought that was like when we did
so I've got a 10 plus
else,
1, which is an 11, which is very close to was it 13 that I need?
12.
12. So I am going to try hero die, I think, because I want to improve my botany, and that's close. Come on. Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, so 16.
16 will get you one success.
Yep.
What kind of new plants does she find here?
Forest region. She actually finds some fungus on the pines
Ooh,
that she's not familiar with, and she is going to bring it back with her to add it to our pine collection.
Fantastic. Camp actions: forage, care, study, hide, or ambush.
Got it. So I'm guessing there. I mean, so I still have one more. I still have one more success I need to train for magitechnical engineering, but I'm not sure if I can really do that out here.
Yeah, that would be a stretch.
I was thinking the same thing about my biomechanical tinkering. The only thing I could think of is like I could talk to Skelly and mess with the wagon, but I don't know if that's enough to get that third rank or not.
What have you done with it so far for training?
Most of it, I think I got 2 successes made for a good roll, but the initial thing was when I was trying to I'm studying how to get Aderon's crystal into the fake, not fake, but the shitty body.
The maintenance body.
Yeah, maintenance body.
The car maintenance, I think, yeah.
What started my journey there.
Yeah, great. If you want to mess around with the wagon, you can do that. With the warning that
it could fuck up the wagon.
But it'll probably be fine.
I've got 3 hero dice left.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good.
Curiosity is always good.
And this is plus thought again.
I like thought because I have decent thought. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. 19, that's an 11.
That is an 11. Again, one short.
Well then, I will smoke them if I got them. I'll live by my own motto, which is funny because I had never smoked.
Cool. That will get you an extra success.
I'm like, I've got it. I understand.
What do you learn about the wagon? Like, what do you learn about the workings of the wagon?
I think I finally something I never really got about the wagon not being a necromancer is the concept of like how how if it's not powered by like souls or people, what is it powered by? I don't understand. And it's like now I kind of start grasping how it's not like a sentience. It's literally just like a magical aura almost that just mechanically works with it. And so then that really bridges the bio and the mechanical for me. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not like a person's spirit driving the wagon or anything. It's
Not a spirit, but it does have a driving soul, which is
Yeah.
the motor,
oh right,
but it doesn't have the personality, which makes it
right.
full person.
Right.
So it's yeah,
It's mushy.
yeah, well, exactly.
Well, and it's like the zombies that just watch the television.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like
So-
another step in the direction of understanding the
Yeah.
Hakaba Trinity.
Triskelion Phaedrid,
Yeah.
foraging, studying, anything else?
I'm gonna study my from the power from the sun.
Yeah,
Um,
you're in the steps. Yeah, totally.
yeah. So I will.
And isn't that
I'll do that.
something that Alda Negra was helping you with?
Mm-hmm.
Because
She
it
was,
was
yeah.
like didn't involve like installing plants on you or something, or
Yeah.
was that something?
It was like growing a moss vest, basically.
Oh yeah. To power you via.
And there's just a little dashes of foam tech in there too, because
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, but so if Skelly needs a hero die, Aldenecker can loan one.
cool.
All right. My rolls have been total shit so far, so let's see how this goes.
We've all had those games.
We have indeed.
Okay, so that's plus thought, yeah?
Plus thought. Yeah.
I only have one, but let's see how this goes.
Another
Hey.
wow. Yeah. So
Aldenecker will help.
I was going to say I'm happy to throw I'm happy to throw a hero die at you.
This will help me not need to eat. And
How
then
far?
I can
Yeah.
don't have to worry about
Exactly. How short were you?
just one. So the
Just
by
diamond.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got 3, so
Cool.
All right.
How is Phaedrid helping out?
I mean, there. I think there's like some. I think there's some like there's some there's clearly some magical components in here. So
Wizard.
I think he's just using his like I'm sure I've read something about this and
Maybe
like espouses some like wizardry knowledge.
Yeah.
if I may offer a suggestion, since maybe it takes some kind of magic to bond the moss to the bones.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, I like that.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
So you got Aldenega, the moss portion, but it's like maybe it wasn't like taking to the bones real well. Didn't like.
I think I'm
Oh.
thinking like, yeah, there's a difference between like the moss is just growing on top of the bone versus
Yeah.
the moss is like symbiotically like working
Conveying its
with
Have
the
to-
bone.
Between magic and like and through the noosphere. So maybe I'm using my noosphere glove.
I
I heard about this creepy glove.
It's
awesome
very-
glove.
It's awesome. It's only a little creepy. In that Phaedrid's hand is like jet black, and it just like ends like at a perfect line. If you look at his skin, it looks like it looks like it's all one.
Okay.
Except that
Like a blackout
there's
tattoo.
there's like
Yeah.
these it's like it but
Very
there's like
fitted
these
glove.
silver filaments that go down the back and the front of each of his fingers and like go to like this circle in both the palm of his hand and on the back of his hand. But it's like matte black.
And everything's kind of creepy in the grasslands. It's fine.
Vic Driver is your friend, right, Modan? Or yeah, Modan.
Who's that?
That driver, the animal care person.
Oh yeah. Yes, correct.
I think at some point during the week of camping, you noticed that I think he's been a lot quieter recently. And when because you're friends, you kind of give him a little.
Yeah.
I think he's having a little bit of an existential crisis, I think, just like, I'm happy to take care of the pack animals and Ottokar's great, but kind of like wondering, like, because he's not like, trying to hook up ghosts with, advertising stuff or create a bean empire or like fix someone's soul or anything. Like, I think he's having a little bit of crisis about like why, like, what's his higher purpose in the caravan? If you have any advice for him.
I have a couple of things to say to you, sir. Is that first off, do not ever, you have to zoom out. Take a bit, because I think that all of us at some point in life feel like our role is not important or not as important as someone else's role, or I could be doing something more important than what I am doing. And so first off, make no mistake that what you do for this caravan is essential, and the caravan would not operate without you. It would be very bad, and the animals would be the welfare of the animals is of utmost importance to all of us as we consider them members of the caravan and not simply like, beasts of burden. We want them happy and taken care of and not just working until they die. But secondly, to expound on top of that, I think that you obviously have a gift in that area. So maybe there is, I don't know, maybe there's further gifts you can uncover in that area. Like, could you even possibly benefit the animals more if I help the animals find traits about themselves they didn't know they had, or awaken maybe traits their ancestors had that they've forgotten in their lives as just cart animals. You have a connection there that's obviously very special, and maybe it could be a symbiotic relationship of something that makes you feel more worthwhile and improves the animal's life as well.
Can I get a charisma roll from you?
Sure. Oh, that's a 7.
No. He takes your advice, and he listens to you. I'll take that under advisement. Thank you for your attention. Great. Let's go to our next week of traveling. Let's mark off some supplies.
I have a request. Can we take a short break?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you for calling for it. Last couple times I've absolutely slipped. Let's go till 45. Cool. Awesome. We'll see you soon. All righty. How are we feeling? Cool. Let's do our second week of travel. That is spending supplies and picking someone to do a misfortune roll.
I'll lead the way with Bashika's beetle or danger sense.
Get it.
Give me an extra something on there. 14 total.
14 total. We got.
I get soggy underwear.
You might get soggy underwear. Nope, 14 is great. Despite flash storms and dribbling waters, you stay safe and mostly dry. Yeah, I think after getting used to that first week, new terrain needs new adaptations. You've battened yourself down a little bit and can deal with the wet and cold a little bit better.
Rigged our tarps a little better.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see, who is our encounter? Ooh, yeah, fantastic. As you approach the moon-facing ford itself, you can see clearly coming from that direction, heading towards you, a a couple of large auto wagons. These are like biomechanical cars. Basically, they've got these big old, big old like bouncy wheels. They're kind of like buggies almost, and you can actually hear them coming. They're like almost make like a animal roar as they're approaching. Um, and yeah, it's clear as they approach that there are there's like three of them, and there are a couple of satraps on each one across the spectrum.
Got it. I was thinking as we hear them approach, maybe we'll like move our caravan just kind of like to the side of the road to let them pass.
Yeah, 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 of course. Um, and they pull up, uh, to the caravan, kind of like wave you over, or you don't have to come over. There's like, hey,
Greetings, friends.
where are you traveling from? And they have the this is the which one? It's a purple satrap, and he's got that sort of like vocoder chorus voice when he talks.
And they're dressed kind of like and they're dressed kind of like 1960s cosmonauts.
Yeah, yeah. And he was like, caravan, where are you traveling from?
What's the name of our outpost?
The
Oh,
Westful Pines.
the Cool Pines.
The Cool Pines, the great new destination everybody should check out.
The
Restful
It's just south of Behemoth Shell.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Restful Pines.
just west.
Mm.
Just west.
Restful Pines.
Restful Pines.
Restful Pines.
Thank you.
Heading towards the corral at the river, the ford.
We are indeed heading toward the ford. Is there anything you need to let us know? Is there danger ahead?
Are you planning on causing any danger?
No, we just want to cross. No, we just want to cross.
Headed west?
We are indeed.
Any reason in particular? Seems like you're out of your element.
Exploration and partially exploration, partly we're looking to open new. Partly we're hoping to open up new markets.
Always looking for new destinations we haven't been to before, and that's the fun of a caravan.
Fun, not business.
Well, but both, of course. I mean,
both.
we all have to eat and such.
Yeah.
Modan, let me get a charisma roll from you again. Be an easy test.
Does it use my pleasant this time?
Yeah, you know what? It sure does.
Which is now at expert, which is says plus
6.
4 to react. Well, plus says the mouse over says to reaction rolls is plus 4 for expert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is that plus charisma and that, or
Yes.
just that? Oh,
yeah.
Yes, I thought. Okay, just double checking. So plus 7 totale. A 20 total.
Perfect. Yeah, so they're like, all right. If you are not causing trouble, which it looks like you are not, feel free to stop by the Pylon Corral. Can't miss it. It's right in the middle of the river. Tell them that what's my name here? Tell them that 166 Domestic sent you.
Thank you, 166 domestic.
You're checked out. We're checked out.
Trouble is on our top list of things we do not like.
And you can see like this is like clearly like some sort of security patrol. The bubble wagons are like armed and armored. But after your brief questioning, they move along for sure.
Got it.
Time to shoot him in the back with a radiation gun. I'm kidding. I do not do that. I do not do that.
They seem a bit more gruff than the satraps you've encountered
Yeah,
far.
that's kind of new.
Whether it's just because they're cops or because you're deeper into satrap territory, it's hard to tell. Great. so that's that. No one needs to rest again. And so we make it. We make it to the moon facing forward.
Yay!
Um, why the moon facing forward? Because as you kind of come into view, again, this is like super flat land, but over the days of travel approaching it, you see the moon getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Let me paste the fantastic picture in the chat for those who don't have the book. You are approaching the near moon. You can see it off in the distance. It is. It looks like a moon, only it is real close to the ground, and it's still a ways away, and you can clearly see it.
And it's hovering just like a few 100 feet above the ground.
It's hovering a few 100 feet above the ground. Yep.
You don't need a rocket to get there. You just need a really long ladder.
A ladder and a little jump.
I've got a rope ladder.
Yep, you could. I mean, yeah, get a boost. You're good. Yeah, and it's like almost like just below the horizon at this point. Like it's still floating above the ground, but like it's just above like the curve of the horizon, right? Yeah, and so the as you get to the ford here, this is a relatively, it is wide but shallow place. The crossing should be relatively easy. I think it's going to be a simple test if you just want to cross. There is in the middle of it though, kind of off like to the side of the path, to the to the north of the path, one of these big it looks like there we would see it as it looks like there was like a freeway overpass here before, these like concrete pylons that are very old and mostly destroyed, but there's one or two of the pylons that are kind of built up and they are overgrown with the dryland coral that you've seen before, which is like regular coral and it grows on land instead of in the ocean, and it's sort of built up, and around it kind of like this big like wooden skirt, there's like a big almost like a big basket of like wooden planks and stone kind of like being held up around the pylon. This is the pylon corral that the satrap was talking about. You would if you want to rest there, you can. It would require getting up there, which is a thing that they allow people to do. There are also other places to cross if you're interested in looking around the area. There are also probably other corrals to hang out in if you're not interested in hanging out with the satraps here.
I for one am curious as to see, like what else is around here. So I think if we're at a destination, I'd like to do some
Yeah.
I'd like to do some exploration.
Cool. You get one free discovery roll when you get to a destination the first time. So if you'd like to do that, go ahead and
Sure. Now remind me, is that just a flat roll or does anything get added to that?
I believe that's a flat roll. Let me double check. 170. Thought. It's a thought roll.
It's a thought roll. Okay. Well, I will do that. That would be a 22.
Woo, that is
I'm sorry, 21.
21. Still very good.
So much thinking.
Great. Yeah. So this is like the main crossing place on this route for the ford here, for the Moon River. So there are other caravans. They're not huge at this point, and predominantly satrap caravans in this area. There's still I don't think you're ever going to see any porcelain princes this far out, but there are other rainbow landers and quarterlings and stuff out here. Um, and where are you? Where are you planning on camping, like in and around the river? Are you planning on going to the Pylon Corral or a different corral, or just kind of like camping out?
I mean,
I
I'd definitely
mean,
like to check out the pylon just to see if what's his face's recommendation means anything.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that seems like I mean, like we've been on the road for a couple of weeks. So
yeah,
if they have like, accommodations that we could actually, have a, comfortable night's rest, like not on the ground,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'd be game for that.
Awesome.
Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah.
Cool. Um, yeah, so basically you ford the river a bit. Um, I don't. I think at this point, with what you've got going on, I think it's an easy forward. I don't think there's anything out of control happening there. So you would be able to get to the base of the pylon corral, um, and how do we get up there? Basically, there's like these
Or
like
like a ramp or
basket platforms that are like lowered and raised. They're like large, like the wooden platforms that would hold a large transport. So you could definitely get, I think, the entire caravan in 1 or 2 trips on that.
okay.
And there's basically Satrap at the bottom. Um, uh, he he doesn't give a name, but he calls himself a toll master. And basically, it's $10 to go up there for the caravan. And
Yeah.
especially once you mention the other what's his name,
Somebody domestic, one
166
something.
domestic. They're like, cool. You already passed the security check. You're up. Let's go. And yeah, it
Oh,
is
sure.
several hundred feet above the like 150 feet maybe above the river. Gives you a nice view of the steppe. Again, very flat. You can actually get a better view of the near moon there, and it is far away. It hangs large in the sky because it is a giant moon, and it is far away and is still quite large. But you can kind of like see the trail, the road, going east and west. See the little dots of caravans coming and going. Um,
Can I see any other points of interest from up here that are fairly close? I mean,
yeah.
I do.
Um, let's see which one here. Let's do this one. 1d6. Let me roll a couple dice here. Yeah. The one you actually do see. Um, what's our direction here? Random direction. There it is. Yeah, to the northeast. You can see there are probably, it's a ways away, but it's probably like a day away. There's like a series of, it looks like small bridges, kind of like the river about a day to that northeast is right to your as you're traveling to your right. Um, the river, cuts a little deeper, gets a little bit narrower. So you're not really able to, you wouldn't be able to ford there, but there are these
They're bridges.
bridges. You can't really see exactly what they are like, but there are bridges across. And it looks like there's more than one there. And it looks like it would be a day's travel across down there. Um, there's also, I think, in conversation with the toll guy, says, yeah, if you're looking, for more things to do around here, if you want to check out things, there's a ferry to the other side, the northwest, the southwest, to your left. There's actually a ferry that'll take you across. Quarterling clan, though, they're, you know how they are, right? I'm not going to say they're cannibals. I'm not going to say they're not. But if you're happy crossing here and the view of the spectrum and everything, uh, it's your call. But you're here already, so yeah, why
Right.
wouldn't you?
Right. Okay.
Great. So yeah, the caravan gets up. This is like a not Ewok village level, a little bit more civilized than that, but it is a well situated platform here. It's been, I think, it's clear to most of y'all, like this has the deck that surrounds this pylon is very old. Um, Maybe not long ago old, but ancient old. Um, and it's kind of held up with these. Um, there's a couple cables, but it seems like it's mostly just like stuck on, just kind of like held in like almost this, not a bowl, but like almost a stone basket kind of thing around there. Um, it is primarily populated with there are a lot of spectrums here, satraps here. Um, and yeah, on the way up, they say that this is the the uh, collective that operates this corral is called the Toll Masters. They are a freely associated Spectrum Satrap Vassal Corporation. They are beholden to the satraps, but they are like quote unquote independent, offering aid and comfort to travelers. Um, there's a few things, there's a small selection of scholars to talk to here. There's medical services if they need them, and a few folks to talk to. Yeah, so it's not as cosmopolitan as the Sarai or even the Behemoth Shell, but it's an interesting little stop. Um, what would y'all like to do while you're here, if anything?
Um, well, if we're here in this, yeah, if we're here at this pylon crawl, I would be interested in talking to folks, see what's going on, see what business opportunities they might be here, and see if and see if they would be interested in buying our if I could if I could sell some of our like fantastic trade goods that I
Mhm.
talk up
Mhm.
and will hopefully sell for um more than the 50 cash per sack that I spent.
Do you want to do some haggling?
I would love to do some haggling.
Great. That's going to be D20 plus charisma plus your engineer. So that's
Tell them they're from the
Okay,
luxurious, restful pines.
plus 8.
exactly.
Yes.
So charisma, I am an expert advertising engineer, so this is going to be a +8 on the roll.
8. Mm,
And I rolled a 16 on the dice,
great.
so
Yeah.
that would be a 24.
Oh, they
Yeah.
love these
20,
goods.
yeah.
Yes, they let's see. You let's do yeah, let's do these guys. Yeah, so you run into uh a couple of slim customers, Vicky Six Lives and Surat Two Eyes. They are Rainbow Landers. Um, in conversation, they head up a collective of ex farmers, ex nomads who kind of um, not necessarily work security here, but they help maintain the pylon. Um, and it is still early in the year. A lot of caravans don't necessarily come this far west this early, and so they are happy to take those trade goods off your hand for 150 each.
Ooh.
150 per sack.
I have 12 sacks to sell, so
Nice.
I will sell the lot.
And yeah, they kind of size up you, and like, as we're unloading, take a look at the rest of the caravan and kind of ask, you're clearly traders, and you've got some savvy. I understand it is dangerous for us in these areas, so far west. You seem to be pretty well capable of taking care of yourselves.
We've managed so far.
Do you find trading profitable? I suppose, or else you wouldn't be doing it.
Agreed. Agreed. We've been doing our best to buy low, sell high. That's how you make a profit.
I don't suppose anyone traveling with you would care to take a more stable position. I think Surat, like, is kind of like, not locks eyes, but kind of like gives a nod to what's our buddy's name? Dolce. I think Dolce like gives him like an enthusiastic, like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
I mean, all of our. I mean, all of our. I mean, I'm a professional. I am a professional merchant.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do. However, we picked up a number of people who've been. I mean, other members of our retinue. They're certainly free to come and go as they please.
No, the Pylon pirates can always use an extra hand.
Pirates, you say?
I've, I'm not sure why we picked that name up. That's we're just trying to keep things safe around here. And every once in a while we get quick water snakes trying to make their way up, or some weasels trying to climb up and steal a thing or two. And weather gets bad over the winter. Cracks need to get sealed up. Stairs need to get repaired.
I would imagine occasional brigand might come through.
They do that. Yeah. So if any of your crew is keen to put their feet up for a little bit, come see me.
Well, I'll let them know.
Skelly, Modan,
Yeah,
Aldenegro.
it feels like I don't know. Modan's feeling a little carousy.
Oh my. Great.
He's only done it once before, and I actually don't remember I remember it didn't go well. I don't think.
Good.
I don't remember how it went. They tell me I had a great time.
Yeah. Great. Carousing. There's no specific carouse table here, but we will make it happen.
Oh.
So, spending a week and roll.
Oh, I guess the question, were we gonna spend? I don't want to, like, if
Yeah,
we're gonna.
you're spending the week here because
Okay, we are regard. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we're doing. Yeah, I'm doing wheel and dealing that
Wheeling
next
and dealing.
time.
Right. Also, Modan, do you mention that to anybody else? Because Alba Negra will prepare some medicinal remedies if she knows you're about to go out carousing.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I got anybody else who wanted to carouse, and I'll be like, I'm gonna try this again. The last time I'm not a big carouser, but I
Could I'm so I did so
I
we
need
had
a
like
good one.
So how many like destination actions does a given character have? Or 'cause I did I did oh that's right, I did discovery and then I did
Yeah, so the discovery
so
is
I'm done.
when you get there, and then you did your buying and stuff. So everyone gets basically one action.
Everyone gets one. Okay, cool.
But yeah, I'll definitely let everyone know what I'm doing, especially it's good to know if I don't return or something.
Cool. First off, let's get a D6 to see how much money you're spending.
Fun. A 2.
Cool. That's gonna be 200, 200 cash. So you'll be getting 200 XP, regardless. Let's go ahead and roll a D20 and see what happens.
Oh boy. Here we go, guys. We're having a party. A 20.
Roll again. 20 is
Oh,
And a
explode.
9. 29 total.
9. Fantastic. Amazing.
Oh, this is a party.
You are the Bean King.
I got something for you here. Yeah, let me do a couple more rolls.
89, baby.
Let's see, what do we have here? Let's get you something good.
It's so much better than my first attempt at carousing.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Okay, yeah. What form does your carousing take here? There's it's about half rainbow landers, half satraps.
I think just based on his traits, and he has being a pleasant fellow, people generally like. He's it definitely starts off with just like talking, getting to know people, good conversations, and then that probably ends up you end up let me buy you some drinks, or people buying each other, But it's definitely his force of personality being such a pleasant guy. Everybody wants to hang out and party with Modan. He's so much fun, and he's got beans.
Yeah, and I think at some point, like I think someone, I think it's one of the Pylon Pirates actually, one of the unnamed ones we haven't met yet. It's like beans. I haven't seen beans in a while. Give me a handful of those.
Yeah, buddy.
And he grabs a handful of dry beans and starts kind of teaching folks this gambling game. It's kind of like Mancala, only there's like an element of luck to it as well. And as the night goes on, people are crowding around, playing, winning, losing, coming. One a satrap comes up, an orange one, and everyone kind of goes quiet a little bit, like as if he's like one of the guys in the bubble cars. And sort of squats down and wants to be led into the game. And after like a little bit of discussion, he's in, not great at it, losing a bunch, and just he kind of like whispers to the Pylon Pirate who's running it. His name's Cujo, Kujo. Write that name down because that's fun. Whispers to him. He's like, "Okay, great," and you put some cash up. Other people put cash up. Round of bean stuff goes on. Down to you and the satrap. You come out on top. And he's like, "Fine." He walks away. Night goes on for a little bit more. As everything winds down, this orange satrap comes back, and he's got he hands you something. And it's it kind of were you here for the like that energy container, the ceramic thing, the big one that was from the octopus that was sold to the satraps?
I don't think so. It's not sounding familiar.
Oh, you weren't here for that? Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I mean, it's possible that my memory just sucks as well, but I don't.
He hands you this kind of like it looks like a small barrel almost, but it's made of ceramic, and it is warm to the touch, but like kind of like comfortably warm, like as if it was like a small furry animal, and you can feel like there's a vibration to it. And he just says, this is you know what? These will be all over the place soon anyway. This is some new technology we've got coming up from the palace. This thing's hot. It'll power whatever you need for as long as you need it, and it's a little bit delicate. So if you throw it at someone that you don't want to be there anymore, I don't know. That's worth a shot. Haven't really tried it myself. Um, and he hands you a let me paste in chat the description. It is a small nope, I don't want to raise my hand. It is a ceramic energy container, or in a
I remember that.
And this is much smaller than the one. The other one was like a keg size. This is mug sized. And if you wanted to sell it, it's worth quite a bit of money. But that's your winnings from the evening.
Thank you, sir.
Plus 200 XP.
That's a very cool item.
Yeah.
And what did you say at the end there? You said plus something?
200 XP for your carousing.
Oh, dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I already did that. Already added that.
And if you showed, I think Fader's probably the only one that's seen it. Fader, if you see this, you will immediately recognize it as a miniature version of that.
Miniature version of the thing that the octopus wizard gave us.
Yeah, that you sold to the satraps.
I definitely would. Like whenever I got back to
Oh yeah, we sold it to the satraps. They probably reverse engineered it.
Yep.
I would absolutely, when I got back to Caravan, I mean, hey guys, look what I got carousing.
Holy moly! May I?
Sure. Pretty cool.
We recovered something like this, like, geez, 2 years ago. Yeah, I think that was before you joined the caravan. And I sold it to the satraps. I think it was like old tech from long ago, and they must have figured out how to reverse engineer this thing.
Fate can be funny sometimes. The roads it leads you
It was
down.
the one we found was damaged, and if you basically looked at it the wrong way, it was going to cause an earth-shattering kaboom.
He did mention that if I were to throw this, it would most likely kaboom in some way. But it can also use a power source, so that's handy.
What does Skelly think of it?
What's Skelly up to?
Oh, if you hand it to Skelly, it'd be like, well, I don't know much about these old fangled devices. If it ain't got a soul and it ain't got bones, I don't know much.
Fair enough.
I would not try carving on this.
Yeah, don't. This thing's got a lot of it. This thing has a lot of power in it, and you don't want to. And you don't want to release it all at once, because when you release all the power at once, that's called an explosion.
I'll be like, I know what an explosion is. I just didn't know what this thing was. I think Skelly, having not yet tried to figure out what this thing is, has a sentient greenish plastic bucket first. So, apparently it has a level. So I think I'm gonna try to figure out exactly what this thing is. I mean,
Interesting.
if it's sentient, maybe it has a soul. I don't know. Or sorry, I guess that's a what is it? Is it a ba or a ka?
Soul is a ka. Right?
I can never remember either.
Yeah.
A sentient bucket. That's something else.
Tell me a little bit about how you want to go about investigating this.
I think first how do I know it's sentient? I don't know. Do I?
Great question. Do you?
I'll sort of lift up this bucket and be like, so, being new to you, to this fine group, and with all the plants and the bones, I haven't really thought much about this. But I kind of awoke with this thing, and I don't know. It was really the only thing that was around me when I crawled out of the sand. it seems like it might not be a regular plastic bucket, but I don't know. I'll just kind of hold up this plastic bucket.
Why don't you give me an aura check?
An aura check.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's a D20 plus aura.
Yes.
Is that the same as a
All
vibe
right.
check?
It's basically a
17.
vibe check. Um, Interesting. So I think you feel something kind of, I mean, you don't have any meat brain, right? But you do have a mind.
I
Um,
do.
and you feel kind of like something like almost like riffling through your mind a little bit, like as if it was like a card catalog.
Mm.
Um, and I think something there's a it's not exactly a voice, but it is it's like a feeling you can get in there, like almost like gosh, it's like almost like if your mind was a keyboard, you can like feel it trying to spell things out to you.
Mm.
Um, and it basically says, um, you are not like the others, but you travel with them. Welcome. Your and there's a very long pause in your mind. Bucket admires you.
Like I will, I'll sort of look at the bucket and I'll be like, I think I'll just say out loud, be like, I'm not like what others and what do you mean by admire? As the rest of the group sees me talking to this bucket.
And again, there's like a long tickly pause. And you kind of feel like whatever is got its fingers in your brain is like kind of talking to you and the bucket at the same time and trying to figure out how to translate between a bucket and a skeleton. And I think it take it like it's not just it's a instant conversation. Like this is something that
Mhm.
happens over the course of a day, in bits and pieces. But
Sure.
basically, you feel it kind of like pull its fingers out of your brain a little bit, less intrusive and more like it's kind of got the code down now. And it says basically like a concept of apology. um, I am the house, and it's like almost like your brain gets like spread out like Play-Doh a little bit, your mind, and like you can feel like it's trying to show you that like the pylon itself, like this whole structure is what's talking to you.
Oh,
Kind of get a little feeling of like, oh, this is like a thing that is the entire thing that's like trying to
oh.
figure out how to talk to you. Um, and it says your bucket is like one of your animals.
Mm.
It it thinks, but like a young child. It sees you as a parent.
Hmm.
Do
I
you?
will
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Um, I was I think like if this conversation is kind of happening over the course of the day, I think people, like anybody who's around Skelly will see it starting like talking out loud at first as if to nothing,
Hmm.
and but then like trying to see how in mind conversation might work.
Yeah.
Um, and so like as it progresses, like maybe half of the sentence is out loud and the other half is in mind, and eventually like so I'll gesture to the pylon broadly, you, and you're telling me about my bucket. Can you help me talk to my bucket?
What would you give to speak to your bucket? A trade.
What does a pylon want?
Many people come and go. Wow. Give me a charisma check. I want to see like how enthralled it is with you.
All right. We'll see.
Fantastic.
20.
Um, I think it wants to. I think it wants a story. And I think it wants. So you don't know how you became a skeleton, right?
No.
Um, I think it wants to know the story of how you became a skeleton,
Oh.
and it can help.
Okay. Like, so you're you're gonna help me get the story you want, and then I'll trade that story for communicating with this bucket.
Exactly.
And you don't want an additional thing to help because you're helping me get the story you want.
We're helping each other.
All right.
And
I
when you,
think people just around see Skelly just like shrug.
I think when you say "all right," um, there's like a time jump, and you find you're like it's a different time of day. You're in a different place, um, and you don't remember what happened in between.
Oh,
And you just hear the words "thank you" in your head.
okay. So where am I?
You're still on the pylon. You're just like in a different
Oh,
like you like went off and like sat down somewhere while the
oh,
house riffled through your mind. Um,
oh,
Probably did some excavation, and then took it.
oh.
So this whole process from pretty early on has been observed by Alba Negra.
Mhm.
And when Skelly started speaking to something that Alba Negra couldn't see, she immediately went into the noosphere.
Yeah.
So
uh,
I don't know how much she would have caught of this
yeah.
process.
Let's get an aura roll from Aldenegra.
Okay.
Let's find out.
And she would use some drugs to help
Yes.
this. Let's see. Aura is just 0, I think. Yep. Okay. Okay, 16 plus whatever the drugs did, because I don't have any bonus on my aura.
Plus 3, I think. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You are able to see Tollmaster House in its entirety in the noosphere. It's basically like it is this uh, intelligence that has spread. It's kind of like centered in. There's like kind of like a grand hall in the center of the pylon, that you probably haven't seen in real world, but you can kind of see like that's its heart.
Right.
And you can feel it, as you. What does it look like from Aldenegra's perspective as you're doing this in the noosphere?
Um, so she probably experiences this a bit like lucid dreaming.
Great, great.
So the imagery she has is probably um I would say more vibrant than the physical
Yeah,
sensations.
yeah. And this grand hall is like bright, like vivid, saturated, like fuchsia, like a heart almost. And you can see like it's not tendrils, but kind of like it's suffused throughout the entire
Yeah.
uh the pylon. And I think you can tell that it has been there a while. It's not like, I don't think it's as old as the pylon itself.
Right.
It appeared in the last, couple hundred years. But it kind of like recognizes like, oh, I've got someone I can talk to here. You're good at this. Great. Introduces itself as Tollmaster House. It is the head of the organization, the corporation that the collective that manages this pylon. Um, it's kind of like it's the thing. It's the pylon itself. The house is the thing that runs things here,
Right.
and you can kind of see it. Since you're kind of looking specifically for Skelly, I think you can see that it is, some of its tendrils isn't the right word. Kind of, it has made a connection with
Yeah.
and
I,
is
I imagine it's sort of like translucent mist that is able to shape itself and
yeah, yeah. Um, and not only Skelly, but it's like communicating with a lot of the people who are
yeah.
satraps and otherwise who are running the place. Um, yeah, it's like, is, um, what are you looking to get anything from it or
Yeah, so she has two things in mind at the moment. There's really a sort of a third thing, but it's not a well, okay. So the three things are one, she's interested in like maybe establishing a relationship with it, however the business or just conversational or whatever. Two, she's concerned about Skelly and she wants to make sure that Skelly has is having a good experience.
yeah.
And then the third thing is she's trying to correlate. So this is probably a little bit new for her. She's probably seeing things on a much smaller scale, sort of like this in the noosphere. This is a little bit more suffused.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's currently rifling through her architecture skill and her worker skill, trying to figure out, hey, and she would ask it like, how does one create an environment for like a clearly um, for a consciousness such as yourself?
And it, like, you can almost sense it like doing this riffling through itself,
Yeah.
looking for an answer. And I think what it comes back with is that it wasn't created. It was just born of necessity,
Mm,
um, and then collected those around it who it needed. So you can kind of tell that like it wasn't created by the tollmasters. Like it somehow aggregated into this pylon and then collected travelers and people to.
right. She wasn't assuming it was
serve
created
it
by
necessarily, but like be part of the collective.
right. Yeah. Like she wasn't assuming it was created, but so she's like you spontaneously were born here, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like a tree or a cloud.
Hmm. Would you like to trade for experiences of other places?
Of course.
Because I specialize in dream experiences taken from other individuals, and I do still have a few on stock.
Hmm. What do you seek in return?
Um, Trying to decide how much she understood of Skelly's conversation. When Skelly spoke of trading memories, did you leave Skelly's memory or did you acquire it?
And you can feel it kind of tense up a little bit. I think it wasn't expecting that transaction to be observed. But it answers honestly. That you can tell it's like I traded for it and it is mine now.
Can I trade some memories, some experiences to you to have you trade Skelly at least a little clue that Skelly might need to understand their past? I do not wish to take that which you have already transacted, but I am concerned for my friend that they already have gaps in their past awareness, and this makes it difficult for them to walk backwards in time.
What do you have for me?
So, I have an experience of eating uh, green silver cherries by the lake um, in uh, the Lime Steps, and I have an experience somebody requested and then they never paid for an experience of being at a very high board meeting for a powerful company, which I thought was a waste of time, but I recorded it anyway. And uh, someone had suggested that there might be a market in snail experiences.
Hmm.
So I dabbled in collecting experiences from snails. I'm not sure. I cannot speak myself. It was very immersive.
And you can kind of feel it's got its fingers in there again. And the tension has gone and almost replaced with um like as if it was a person, it would be kind of leaning back and relaxed and have a little bit too broad of a smile on, um, and says, I accept.
Did you want to trade for one or two or all three? I mean, these are my wares. I can also produce more, but that takes some time.
For all three, I think you'll be pleased with this transaction.
Very well.
Those memories immediately go away. Um, take crystal fungus 3 out of 4.
I was afraid. Okay.
Um, and says, "You will be most welcome here." Um, Skelly, let's think about what kind of memory we want to bring back for you. I don't want to just necessarily
All
make
right.
something up, but
Yeah,
if you
for
have an
sure.
idea of what that might be, I'm happy to take a seed idea and run with it. If you don't have anything,
Yeah.
I'm happy to make something up for you. And we
I
can
think
take a second if you want to think about it a little bit.
yeah. Yeah. No, I think it would be interesting if um I don't think I want Skelly to have the memory of it being raised just yet. I think I want to like stretch that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we give
But I
you.
think it might be interesting to have the memory of the last moment alive.
Mhm.
Not necessarily including death,
Yeah,
but to have it disjointed, like not knowing exactly where in time this falls.
yeah. Um, Let me get a charisma roll just for like a luck roll from you.
All right. My charisma is 1. Yes. 20.
Hmm. Huh. Let me think about it.
Okay.
I have an idea about it. I'm afraid I don't want to duplicate something. Yeah, let
That's
me think
fair.
about it. But your bucket does talk to you. And as like you feel that memory kind of coalescing in your brain. Um, yeah, and it's like a hollow voice from inside the bucket. It's like, Skelly, finally. Hello. Um,
Is it actually audible?
yeah, it's actually
Or
audible. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think like someone nearby, like you can tell, like someone nearby is like bucket. So like it's a noise. It's an actual noise that's coming out of the bucket.
Okay.
Um, David, you did your thing, right? Yes. Anything else we want to do for this week? Am I missing?
So Alba I may still have something to do. I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
sure if that qualifies as my thing. Um, that whole encounter changes Albanegra's original intention,
Mhm.
and but she's going to work on her worker skill, sort of try to, well, I don't know. I'll ask you this question. Like she's trying to figure out, well, interesting. Like now she has a different understanding of it.
I have something for you if you want to do that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, why don't you go ahead and make your roll first, and then we'll see.
Okay.
And this is going to be, let's make this one with aura.
Okay. That's a 0.
Oh, well.
But now
That's fine.
charisma is the only thing that she's really strong in. Okay. 17.
Great, fantastic. You get,
And I'm willing to do a hero dice if,
ooh, you'll a 20 will get you 2 successes.
okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. See what I can get.
Great,
Yes.
fantastic. That'll take you up to 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
Um, Great. House directs you to speak with sister. Um, and kind of leads, like pulls you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Um, And I've got a picture of sister. In fact, she might be in the NPC tab right now, but we got a picture anyway.
Is she twisted?
Just a little bit. Uh, so
Oh,
you lead her to, or you are led to sister. Sister is actually in this hall in the center, which you
okay.
get to see in person now.
Yeah, right.
Um, and it is it's kind of like a, if you've been in like a very specific picture, like I don't want to say the name of the magic school, but like a big an old timey university with in a castle, with like a big hall, uh,
Yeah,
like that, only like this saturated fuchsia color, not as saturated as in your vision, but there are many who you assume are toll masters who are kind of like doing their doing their business here, right? And kind of at the um, central focus of one end is this woman, who house, kind of houses connected to her for sure,
yeah.
and it kind of introduces you to each other. She is Tollmaster's sister, and House kind of retracts from the situation. Um, Even without the noospheric sight, you can tell that sister is almost completely synthetic. Um,
Okay.
she has a mask that is reminiscent of the prince's mask, but is different somehow. You can tell a lot of her body has been replaced or augmented with a lot of the materials you see here in the pylon, stone and wood and some kind of plastic. But she seems very she moves like a person for
Yeah.
the most part. Um, and she introduces herself. She is the basically like the face of the collective, in the walking world, and she kind of there's like a key phrase or two she says that instantly tweaks you to the fact that she um, at one point was a Redlander for sure.
Okay.
Um, and I think we can kind of abstract, like a conversation between the two of you where you're sharing what you know and what you want to know, and she is filling in the gaps for you. She has extensive knowledge of that kind of work.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if Alba Negra will ever get a chance to come back to the Restful Pines to start building out her grand vision, but she's starting to have this very like noosphere driven vision of architecture and machinery and by bio stuff. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
Cool. And I think that's probably where we can leave it for this week. And that was what, Red Month 2, I think.
Yeah. Can
Red-
can I get a brief bit of time for Aderon?
oh yes, absolutely. Let's end with an impression of Adiron. What do we got?
Right. So one of the things that I realized was I wondered if Aderon could see any of. Well, there are two things I'm wondering. The first is Aderon able to move their consciousness around the tower so that or are they stuck in the same room
I
with?
think pretty stuck with viewpoint from the rebuilder.
Okay. Then the next question I have is, does Aderon see any of the rebuilders past before things went badly?
I don't think anything more than what we've already seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, so um is Aderon able to have any like any this probably, well, I'll just ask it. Is Aderon able at all to comfort the rebuilder? I've realized I'm a much tinier consciousness than they are.
You know what? Make a charisma roll. We're looking for a 20.
Oh, well, there you go.
Not gonna be easy.
Now, am I allowed to use hero dice on this?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh, I might get it. That's 16 base because I don't have a charisma bonus as far as I know. Where's that around? Yeah, no charisma bonus. Okay. 16. So 21.
21. Yes. I think this is the first time like anyone has like embraced her in this way. And I think the physical effect is like the death facing passage is safe for a week or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which will have some trade implications. uh,
Everybody gets comfortable going
Yay!
down there, and then the
Hey,
next
yeah!
week, 4
I was just gonna say,
caravans died.
Yay! Hey, we can. Hey, the rumors going around. The facing passage is safe. Yay! Yay!
Yeah,
Yay!
but let's be real. Who would believe those rumors?
Yeah, right. It would take a while before anyone got comfortable
Yeah,
going that way
there are
again.
unsavory ways to test it, but we'll leave that.
that's true. There are some people who might do that.
Cool. XP, gotta remember XP.
Hey, that's
We
always fun.
traveled for 2 weeks. That's gonna be 200 XP. We haven't traveled to those destinations yet, but we did poke around the pylon a bit. So let's say 250 altogether. 250 each. I mean, oh, does that knock Skelly up to level 2?
Hey, Skelly's level 2.
Um,
I don't know why it bothers me so much that my XP is 7256. What? How did it get that way?
just as a refresh, XP new level gets you. You can get a new trait straight up. You can improve a trait from skilled to expert or expert to master. That's +3 to +6 or +6 to +9. Or you can increase an ability score by 1.
Yeah. I have a feeling Skelly's going to be using thought frequently, so I might pop that up to a 2.
Alrighty, easy peasy. Great. Let's go into stars and wishes then. And yeah, let's go right to left. Let's start with Skelly. Let's start with Mark.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I think stars. Um, I was I was very much surprised by the um, talking pylon, and I admittedly, I myself did not realize that I was bargaining for like the memory actually being removed. Um, so that was a surprise, and that was pretty fun. I was like, oh wow, that was really unexpected. I wonder where this will go from here on in. Um, but then so star to you for that big surprise, Mark, and um, star to Teal for jumping on that and giving something back. Um, that was also a big surprise. So I had a lot of fun. And I apologize. I don't have anything specific for Modan and Phaedra today, but I still appreciate. I always appreciate people leaning into their characters and really playing them, and that's always fun. And I love learning about everybody's characters. So yeah, wishes. I don't know. I'm just happy to see where things go. Still working on how Skelly intertwines into the caravan and start having some other some other uh, interests and directions to go. So that's coming along. I mean, it's only been the second session with it. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Deal.
Yeah, so I really liked how everybody worked together on things like the necromantic caravan thing. I don't remember what it's called. Um, um, and it's I really find it interesting when we combine our abilities to create new things or find new information. So I appreciate everybody doing that. I'm very pleased that Modan finally had a good experience carousing. Because Modan seems like the person who would have the best carousing experiences of all of us. And it was sort of sad because the previous experience, and I think there was another negotiation, just have not gone well. And I'm like, oh, that's just sad. Um, but Modan, now that Modan is out of the shadow of Newt the Amazing, because it's hard to compete with Newt.
The ultra
Um,
partier.
oh yeah, yeah. Um, and it's nice to have Fader back and know that the caravan is actually going to be numerically sound.
Mm.
Um, when you're not around, Mike, we sort of fumble around trying to figure out who's going to deal with stuff. And I mean, we manage, but we manage very imprecisely.
It is kind of hilarious to watch us all be like,
Yeah,
who wants to delve into the caravan tab and figure out where to put a sack of supplies? I don't know where they go.
right. So, and Skelly's turning out to be very interesting. I think you've like it's I'm glad to see you jump in and do stuff too, because that's what makes this game really cool. It's watching how people engage with the world. Wishes, I'm pretty satisfied right at the moment. Um, I know that there are big issues coming in the future, but I'm willing to be patient and wait for them.
Cool. Thank you. Mike.
Also, stars from Mark, but that's always
Yeah, stars all around. This is a fun adventure. Thanks for filling me in for missing last week. A lot of stuff happened last week. And yeah, that. But yeah, as usual, we just kind of picked up and kept going. Cool to game with Mark. I don't think we've, and I think we confirmed at the start. I don't think we've played together before. Awesome. Always glad to play with new people. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Skelly is a super interesting character. I'm really interested in learning more about this like undead necromancer. Um, Hopefully we'll get a more chance to like play off each other a little bit next week. Looking forward to that. Um, I loved the I just loved watching that interact like stars also start to both of the marks for that interaction that's like kind of psychoscape interaction that Skelly was having with the house. That was bizarre and cool and interesting and is opening up some new possibilities for this location. Um, and yeah, what the hell is a sentient bucket? I don't know. You know, one more I guess one more piece of high weirdness for this game. Um, yeah, Heath, as always, like I like very very fun watching Modan like interact with the world and kind of be the face of the party. I love that little interaction you had with the with the satrap like border guards. That was cool. Um, there's one other I wanted to call out, and I didn't write it down, which was bad of me. Ah, Not coming to me. Sorry, but yeah, there's another really cool thing you did, and I was like, oh, I'm totally going to remember that, and I didn't write it down. Sorry. Um, Teal. I'm. It's interesting getting to know like Alba Negra, like a new character. who's kind of been with us for a while, but has kind of like been a background character for a while, and it's really interesting seeing her come to the foreground as well. Kind of by circumstances, Adoran is sort of like has been pushed to the background because kind of hard to have kind of hard to have spotlight shining on you when your character doesn't actually have a body.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, like great role playing. Just the way that Alba was able to sort of like integrate herself into some other scenes to like add color and add perspective. And yeah, I just thought that was really a lot of fun. And Mark, thank you for like thank you for taking an inherently bizarre setting, keeping it as weird as it is, but also making it feel consistent. That's one thing about a weird setting is it's hard to there's this I mean I almost hesitate to say this, but you're able to ground this bizarre setting and just not make it totally gonzo because things weird as they are, they fundamentally, make a certain amount of sense, at least from like, at least from certain perspectives.
Yeah.
And that is a hard balancing act to do for a just a bizarre setting like this one. And I'm just really enjoying it. I'm just like thoroughly embracing the weirdness, but just having like a through line of like a few things that are consistent. Even through all the weirdness, I think just gives this game just a just you know you know you do a good job of like not letting this get completely off the rails. So, and as for next time, yeah, I rarely have wishes for next time in this game because I'm just curious to see like, what's going to happen, what bizarro weird ass stuff is going to show up on the on the random tables that you roll on, and how do we deal with it?
Awesome.
That's kind of the joy of this game.
Cool. Thank you. And we will wrap it up with Heath.
Yeah, the usual, of course, stars all around, but also I felt like specifically a lot of Mark stars. I felt like this was in a good way, not in at all a bad way, a sort of Mark heavy episode. And that just you got to do a lot, which was cool. And again, not in a bad way. Everybody gets their turn, and some I know there's episodes were just by the fact of who our characters are. Sometimes I end up taking up more time and get self-conscious about it. Sometimes every character at some point takes up more time, and it's fine. So this was kind of fun because as GM you're usually more of a facilitator, so it's almost always more about us. But there's the way it worked out. There was so much exposition and narrating stuff to do that I felt like it was a very Mark heavy episode, again in a good way. It was like fun to just get to watch you do your thing and expound upon the world. And also everything Mike said as well about it, just it's such a bizarre world, but it's so cool as well. And so and I know that like there's some degree of resources you have. There's tables you can roll. There's some stuff, but I know there's also just as many times when you're pulling stuff out of your ass and just making it up. And it's a testament that like, I mean, I don't think I can tell the difference necessarily between like, oh, okay, that's a thing he got out of the book that says these people, or if it's a thing you just made up when we decided to take a left and you're like, what's left? This is left. And so it's a lot of fun. And then also, specifically the way you called out, and you do this a lot, and it makes it really flexible, the way you can kind of give, like when you gave Skelly a choice about like, not wanting to dictate to him what his past was, but like if he wants that, you can. Like if he's like, I don't care, you tell me what my past is, you can do that. Or if he wants a say in it, giving him that choice to be like, well, I'd like my past to be. And so it's always nice to have those options where we get as much say as we want, but also if we don't know, we can be like, I don't fucking know, you tell me. Right? Well, what's mine? So it's just, it's every RPG game I've ever played in my life, which is a lifelong gaming, is regardless of the system, I don't even care. It doesn't matter how good or bad the system is. It rides on the GM, whether or not you end up having a good game or not. And that's regardless. And so that's why, obviously I love playing in anything UGM because it's always fun. And then yeah, glad to have Mike back for sure. We always miss Phaedra when he's gone. And Skelly seems right perfectly at home in the caravan. And interestingly, I'm sure you probably didn't even plan on this because you probably didn't know anything about us when you made your character, but it's almost weird how well Skelly kind of rounds out the caravan. Like it's almost like, oh, this is great. He compliments everybody else really well. And we all have our little, and that's a good bit of serendipity. It's not like you didn't come in and was like, oh, you're basically duplicating what this character does. So y'all have to fight over who gets to haggle for ghost goods or whatever. And then yeah, Teal, I I I missed Teal in that, like with Aderon, he doesn't get to do as much. And so, but what you do is still like super impactful, especially right, what was called like the way I thought it was genius the way you sort of flashed back and like, oh, as soon as she noticed him doing this thing, she would have jumped in the notice and the way that integrated is like, oh, that was a great way to make that happen. And then, of course, ending on the successfully comforting the rebuilder is just chef's kiss on cherry on the episode, because that's also so perfectly.
It's so Aderon.
It's so Aderon, but it's also so the caravan. Mm. Like we're always like trying to do good and trying to befriend people and make friends and hey, let's help each other out, and then but when sometimes we meet people who are just asses and we have to radiation gun them. And but I thought that was like, yeah, the perfect embodiment specifically of Aderon always being the most generous of us all and the most like not a bad bone in his body, but
no bones.
Of the no bones now, yeah. But also just indicative of the general vibe of the caravan and what the caravan tries to be. So it's very, yeah. And my only wish is to resolve the Aderon thing, which I know like we're at a limit to how fast we can do it. Like we have to, there's certain things we have to do, and we can do them when we can do them. We can't rush. We can't be like, we're going to make it happen right now. But now that I have completed my biomecho thingy, we might be one step closer. And eventually we'll get to this sat rap in me. But it feels, I hate that. I understand it's going to take as long as it takes, but part of me is like, it's been like 3 sessions and it's not resolved yet.
I'll take a few more. Yeah.
Just because, obviously we want to get Aderon back in the fold. I think that's it for me.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I had a great time all around. The book, as evocative as it is, only gives a few sentences of detail for any given thing, so there's a lot of making stuff up, but y'all make it easy as well, just like giving a lot of good direction to go and things to grab onto. So yeah, great time all around. What y'all said, don't want to extend our time too much, so yeah, sweet. Anything else before we say goodbye?
I do have something after the video's off.
Awesome. Cool. Anyone watching, see you next time.